Greetings and welcome to Spirit Island with Jonathan. Today we are continuing playing Lightning's Swift Strike, and we are going to be facing Habsburg. We have played 4 games so far, and we have the 2 adversaries left here, Russia and Habsburg, and both of them are quite difficult for our spirit. But let's start with Habsburg, and let's wait with Russia for now. New game. An adversary, Habsburg. Now, Habsburg is famous for their durable towns. They have +2 health, and we cannot destroy them with normal destroy effects. Instead, they do 2 damage. But this only applies in land without blight. So we have a way to work around this by making sure the lands are blighted and moving towns into lands with blight. So that's Hearst Thrive in verdant lands. That is going to be the main difficulty for this matchup. And then we have the escalation effect. On each board with 4 or fewer blight, add 1 town to a land without blight. So that means we want to add as much blight as possible to avoid him getting a lot of extra towns. Especially if we have 2 or fewer blight, he will add 2 towns, and that's not good, of course. And he will get escalation pretty fast here at turn 2, so we need to get going with adding blight as soon as possible. We really want to reach 5 blight so that this does not happen at all. So that is what we are going to try to do. Add a lot of blight, and that also helps with his Hearst Thrive in verdant lands. What else? He has migratory herders, move towns around when they build, and he have wave of immigration on turn 4, adding some new cities and towns, or 1 city and 3 towns. And lastly, he has the loss condition. If he does 8+ damage, he will win if he does that twice. And together with far-flung herds, that makes his ravages to +2 damage. That is quite easy to reach that threshold of 8+. So we need to remember that so that we don't lose immediately. Alright, let's start this game against Habsburg. Lightning versus Habsburg 6. And we will start at level 6, but if that turns out to be too difficult, we will try to decrease the difficulty until we find a level that we can beat. I think this is going to be very tough. Let's get a random board and let's start.
Initial explore. Sends. Grow phase.
So we are at grow phase, and we can decide, do we want to add 2 presence or 1 presence and 3 energy. Now we need to think about what we want to do. What we want to do is to add blight, and we want to grow. We want to prevent him exploring if possible, but I don't think we can handle his towns here. The durable towns have this flag to note that they have 2 extra health. And if we move him into a land with blight, that flag will be removed, and now he has only 2 health. So that is what we are going to try to do. We are going to try to make the land blight and kill his towns while they are in lands with blight. But that means if we are going to do the third option, we cannot really kill one of those towns easily because they have extra health. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to grow as fast as possible, maybe twice the usual opening, add 2 presence from the top track, and then add 2 presence from the bottom track to get 4 card plays and some energy to hit the second level of the innate to kill cities. I think that is going to be the plan, and that means we are going to add 2 presence here, and we are going to add it here, I think, so that we have adjacency to all the lands. We are in range 1 of every land now.
Play powers.
And we are not going to play any powers the first turn. We are rather saving it to the next turn.
Fast powers. Build. Sends.
So he is going to build, and this disease is moved, and we have one town here. And then we have migratory herders. That means we have to move one of these towns into that land. And I think we are going to move this one, which have a little bit more adjacent land. And that's for the build.
Explore. Jungles.
And some explorers.
Slow powers. Time passes. Grow phase.
So we are already at turn 2, and now we are going to add 2 more presence, and we are taking them from the bottom track. Now, where do we want to add them? Well, he's going to ravage here, so we are going to add one here for sure, so that we can keep our sacred site. And I think also we will add the other one here for the same reason. He will ravage here next turn and kill 1 presence if we do not prevent that, but I don't think we want to prevent that because we really want to blight because of his escalation effects. So yeah, and he will escalate already at this turn, so it is we need to get out those blight as soon as possible. So let's add the presence here so that we can keep the sacred site here also next turn.
Play powers.
Now, what do we want to play? Well, we probably want to play this to get 2 town destructions. We can also play Raging Storm. With that, we can prevent one of the builds. Or we can just kill 1 town. The build will prevent 1 town, and then another town will come in here and still ravage. So basically that will take care of 1 town. This will also take care of 1 town. We have plenty of towns to destroy here. He will blight both these lands, so we will have targets for that. Shatter Homesteads is cheaper than Raging Storm, so I think we will go with Shatter Homesteads.
Fast powers.
So we will play both of those, both the Innate and Shatter Homesteads in the slow phase, because now all the towns are durable, so we cannot play them now. But we could play Harbingers now, and I probably should do that because this one is dying. He will ravage here. We can spare him. So let's do that. Of course, we can also bring in more Dahan possibly, but I think he will have a 7 damage here. 2, 4, 5 and 2 extra from this one, and because of the far flank herds. So we have 7 extra damage, 7 damage here. So even if we brought in some Dahan, they will probably die unless we get something good at invent. But we do not even have a fear card here, so I think that's a bit risky. Let's move him instead somewhere, and I think I'm going to move him here. We could set up a counterattack here next turn, and we have 2 extra Dahan that we could also bring in. Or we could move him here to get the extra fear, but I think he will be a little bit isolated out there. He will do more use here, I think, together with the other Dahans. Yeah, let's go with that, and let's try set up a counterattack next turn.
Event.
Sprawl contained by the wilds. Add 1 wild to a land without invaders. Build in the land with the most towns or cities, minimum 1. So he is going to build here or here. Now if he builds here, he will build, instead of city, he will build 2 towns. And here he will build 1 town. So I think it makes sense to make him build here. Yeah, we have a problem here, because now he will ravage here with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Which will trigger irreparable damage, which is not that good. I don't think we can prevent that. If we build here instead, that same thing will happen here. He will even have more damage. there, because he will build 2 towns and the adjacent town. So yeah, I don't think we can prevent that. He will have 1 irreparable damage. What else? Add 1 wilds to a land without invaders, and then on each board destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. That means he's going to die, and that will prevent that build. That's excellent. But he will still add a town here from the migratory rule, so that he will still ravage here, which is kind of important. We want him to do that because we don't want to miss out of a blight. Yeah, so he will die, and then during ravage the hand deal damage at the same time as invaders. That doesn't matter. So where do we want the wilds on? That's the only thing left to consider. Add 1 wilds to a land without invaders, so that means we can add him here, here, or here. The placement of tokens in this game is very important, and that is one of the choices that you really have to think about. It can make or break the game. And wilds are very useful. They will prevent and explore, and they are really good. Now, we kind of want him to explore into the wetlands because we have a blight here, and we kind of want him to, we want to kill him in blighted lands. So, and we also have the hand there, so we kind of want him to explore here. So that leaves us 1 of those lands. Maybe we want to, we can kill 2 towns this turn. We could kill both of those. That means we kind of makes the inland empty. We only have this one left. If we can kill him in the fast phase, next turn we have a clean inner land here. He will build here only. Maybe we can take care of him also. Let's see. So do we want to prevent him exploring here or here? In the end, I think it comes down to probability. Where is he most likely to explore? I don't think we can prevent the explorer here. We have too many towns adjacent, and we have an extra town coming up here and so forth. So it's just a matter of what is the most chance here, what is the most probable land, and because this is coastal, it has double the probability than that land. So I think I'm going to add him here. Even though we have the hand there that could take care of them, I think we want to prevent exploration as much as possible, and this is a higher chance to have an explorer. So let's add him here. And then he will die from the explorer's blunders, and then the last one is not doing anything. I think we are done with the event.
Ravage. Sends.
And he will ravage here, and he will add 1 of those. 1 more and we are dead. We have lost. So we must not let him ravage again with 8+ damage, or this will be a very short game. And that was that 1 ravage, and then we have 1 more, and this is only 7 damage. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will die 1 presence, and then we move on to the build.
Build. Jungles.
1 town here and nothing in here, and then we have migratory herders. So we should do this in land order. So we should move 1 of the town in here first. I think we'll move from the inland for our strategy to keep the inland clear. That makes sense. We still have targets for our powers, and we have to also migrate 1 town here. It will migrate even though it's empty. It doesn't matter, it will migrate even if it's empty. So that's it for the build phase.
Explore. Coastal lands.
So we have a coastal land, explore, and that means the wilds will be removed. So that's great, we could use that wild already, prevent some build, and we did not get an escalation effect, which is good, because we have 3 blight only so far, and that would have added a town. So now that's it for the explore. Let's move on to the slow phase.
Slow powers.
We can destroy 2 towns, and I think, yeah, let's remove these 2 towns that are in blighted lands, because these are not durable anymore. Otherwise we are going to be wasting resources. I think we cannot afford that. So let's remove this one, 2 fear, and this one, 1 fear.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So we are going to reclaim, gain 1 energy, and we are going to look for a fire card. We got 2 fire cards, and most notably we got growth through sacrifice, which is of course very good for us. This is one of the best cards for lightning. This is one of the best cards for most spirits. Let's see, domesticated animals go berserk could make us defend something, and we kind of want to defend here, but it has range 0. That's a problem. We do not have any presence in there. So no, I think this is going to be an easy pick here. Grow through sacrifice. Let's add some more presence. I'm almost thinking about removing this from the deck. I think this is it feels a little bit like cheating when you get this card. You get so much growth, 1 growth every turn, and especially for lightning we can reclaim every turn. It is almost like it added 1 icon here that says add a presence, because we will be able to play this every turn. So it makes sense to just reclaim every turn. But well, we will play with growth through sacrifice in this game, and maybe we have a shot against this adversary.
Play powers.
So what can we play here? I think we will play these powers. Yeah, we could also play Raging Storm and still hit the innate. Let's see here. He's going to build. He's going to ravage and build. We definitely want to move in those Dahan, and then we want to either we can destroy a town here. In the fast phase it requires both Shatter and the Thundering Destruction. It's a bit wasteful, but it will help with the counterattack. Or we could actually destroy that city in the fast phase, and we could play Raging Storm to kill those explorers. That means we could get rid of everything here in fast phase, which will prevent the build. That seems tempting. But then this Ravage will look a bit ugly. Well, let's see, we have 4 Dahan against 6 damage. That will kill 3 Dahan, and 1 Dahan could kill 1 town. But maybe it is worth it, and we can also get something good from the event or the fear card. We will have 1 fear card, at least. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Raging Storm and clear out land 2. That prevents the build. I think that is more useful than to save some Dahans. Yeah.
Fast powers.
So let's make this one fast, and let's make this one fast, and let's make this one fast. Everything is fast here. We can play Raging Storm first, and we can do Thundering Destruction here, and then we move in those and 1 fear. And then we can play growth through sacrifice. And this one will die from the ravage. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We are going to want to keep both sacred sites for now. So let's do that. I think we want card plays here because we have a 0 cost card that we can play, so we have the best use for the card plays.
Event.
Remnants of a Spirit's Heart. A group of the Han find a stony ridge with lingering blessing from an ancient mountain spirit. You may. The Han have plus 10 health this turn. That seems like a good idea. That is exactly what we want. In lands with the Han, invaders have plus 1 health this turn. Oh, interesting. So that means he will have extra health, but we also have extra health. Can we kill him still? Let's see. These have 5 health. 5, 10, 12 health. So we are a bit away from killing him everything, but nevertheless we can keep our Dahan here. That seems very useful. What else? This option we cannot do. We do not have any mountains and no energy. Hunting parties. For each land with beast and cities, 1 fear and destroy 1 beast there. That does not apply. And then we have 1,000 small struggles. That does not also apply because we have 4. We do not have 4 or fewer Dahan. So let's do the first one. Dahan have 10 health, of course. We have no choice here. So let's do that.
Fear.
Mimic the Dahan. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or more Dahan. So that means we can remove a town here. Yeah, probably will do that. Now we can maybe kill off the rest. We have 5 health, 2 health, 2 health. No, wait, he's going to ravage, right? So he's going to add a blight here. So that means he will only have 3 health. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We should maybe we should not kill him. We could remove this one maybe. Yeah, let's do that because now we get 2 fear from the counterattack. Let's not be stupid here. He will have he will blight, and then he will have 2 less health. So that means he will have 3 health, 3 health, 2 health. That's 8 damage, and that's exactly what we have. So that means we get 2 fear from that. Let's do that. And he still do not do enough damage, far from it, to trigger his loss condition.
Ravage. Jungles.
So let's see, the Dahan have extra health. Let's add a blight and we will have a blighted island. Let's see what we get. Erosion of will. Immediately 2 fear per player. Each spirit destroys 1 of their presence and loses 1 energy. So we lose 1 presence. Let's take it from here. And he will also ravage here next turn, which means we will lose our sacred site. So maybe, which one do we want to lose then? I think we will keep the sacred site over here, where the action are. We are getting low on presence here, but maybe that's not a big problem. What else? We destroy 1 and loses 1 energy. We did not have any energy. So that's that for the Blighted Island card. Okay, so he blighted this land. The Dahan will not die because of that extra health. And then the counterattack will make 8 damage. These towns have an extra health, but that means they have 3 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be exactly what we are putting out. So that's 2 fear from killing 2 towns. Yeah, and then we have this ravage. We'll kill that presence and add a blight. I think that's it for the ravage.
Build coastal lands.
And the coastal lands are all empty. Excellent. So that means no builds, but he will migrate. And what will migrate? This one will migrate in here, because of the migratory herders rule.
Explore sands.
And then he will explore the sands. And we have the escalation. After exploring on each board with 4 or fewer light. Now we have 5 light, like we planned. We had him ravaged twice, so that means we won't have to do escalation ever again unless we clean up the blight, which I'm going to make sure we are not doing. So that means we have 3 turns now with only 1 land exploring and no escalation effect. So that is why we want to blight the island like this.
Slow powers.
And we do not have any slow powers.
Time passes. Grow phase.
And now we are going to reclaim, gain energy and gain power cards. And let's see. What is the situation here? We are at turn 4 and we are going to have a wave of immigration this turn. So that's 1 city and 3 towns after the slow phase. Or between exploration and the slow phase. So can we win before that? Let's see, we are still at fear level 1 and we have pretty much left to fear level 2. That means we have to kill everything if we want to do that. It seems like that could be difficult. We can kill those explorers from Raging Storm. We could possibly set up a counterattack here. We cannot let him blight and cascade. We have only 2 blight left. But maybe we could kill that town and push in some Dahan and kill that explorer from the counterattack. Let's see, if we play Raging Storm and Harbingers and something that makes us reach this threshold, we could kill those 2 and those 2. Can we take care of the last one? Let's see, push 1 explorer, gain some energy, add some fear, extra range on coastal. That does not help us killing that town. I think that the town is the problem here. The only way we can kill that town is if we played Shatter Homesteads together with the Thundering Destruction. Because it's durable, we need both. That means if we're going to play Shatter Homestead, we cannot play Raging Storm. And then we cannot take care of those explorers. We could push 1 explorer with that one, but that is not enough to take care of both explorers. We could push 1 in here, and he will die from the Ravage. We could kill him, and he will die from those Dahan if we push those Dahan in here. That one, he has 1 explorer left. But yeah, or if we are going to take care of this town, we also don't have enough to take care of him. So let's see what is the best option here. I think since we are not going to be able to prevent his wave of immigration by winning, I think then it means the wave is going to happen. He's going to have 1 city and 3 towns. So let's play as if that would happen. And long term, I think we want to add fire cards with 0 cost. And this one gives energy. Now we only have 1 sacred site. So we do not get the extra energy, but at least we get 1 energy, which is better than nothing. The other option is not fire. I think I want this one. Yeah, let's grab the extra energy. We only have 3 energy per turn and we have a lot of card plays. This way maybe we can add presence from here and keep having only 2 energy per turn. Well, 3 energy in practice.
Play powers.
So let's see, we can play 5 powers, we will play everything here. We cannot play Raging Storm if we want to play the others. I think he will build here. Let him do that. We can take care of this land by adding the Han, and we can kill him. And then we have some stuff left here, and he will have a wave. We can use this city destruction to kill the city that he will add from Wave of Immigration. I think. Yeah, let's play this one slow.
Fast powers.
So we want to make this one fast. And we destroy. And we also make this one fast. Let's make this one first. We move those Dahan in here. And that's 1 fear, because we pushed it into a land with towns or city. And then we use Shatter Homesteads to kill that town. And now those Dahan will take care of the Explorer. So that is taken care of now. And then we have Gift of Living Energy, 1 energy. And only 1 because this is not myself. And we only have 1 Sacred Site, unfortunately. And Growth of Sacrifice. Growth through Sacrifice is going to enable us to either move the Sacred Site here or keep it as it is. Where do we want the Sacred Site? I think we want it here so that we can kill the city if needed. So let's destroy this one and add a card play, and let's add him here. Yeah, and I cannot destroy this town because it's durable, and instead I'm going to save this and kill the city that he's going to have here.
Blighted Island. Event.
Let's see what we get for event. Resourceful Populace. For the rest of this turn, after an action destroys 1 or more towns or cities, add 1 town to an adjacent land. Oh, I hate that event. This means that if we kill something, it will just not kill them and just add a new one. That's not really fun. Violence among close-packed homes. On each board, add 1 disease to the inland land with the most towns or cities. So there will be a disease here. Each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among all its land gains 1 energy and may reclaim 1 card. That does not apply.
Fear.
So what do we have here? Fear level 1. Cities each deals -1 damage during Ravage. Invaders do not heal damage at the end of this turn. The cities is not going to do any damage, but we need to remember that they do not heal. That could be useful. On each board, replace 1 town with 1 explorer. So we only have this one, so let's replace him. And luckily this is not a destruction effect, so this resource for populace does not trigger. Because this is only if they destroy 1. So that's good. We have cleared out all the towns. Unfortunately, we are not at fear level 2. And he's going to build a wave of immigration and stuff, so yeah.
Ravage. Coastal lands.
So he will ravage here and he will do 1 damage. and then he will die. And I think that's it for the Ravage phase. Yeah.
Build, sends.
So he will build here, one town. And then Migratory will not do anything. And that's it.
Explore, jungles.
He's going to explore here. And then we have the escalation effect. After exploring on each board with 4 fewer blight, add a town to a land without town or blight. But we have 5 blight, so there will be no escalation. And then we have the wave of immigration.
Wave of immigration.
So we need to add a city, and we have 3 inland towns that we need to add to the lands with the fewest blight. So the city we want to kill in the slow phase, so let's add him here so that we have a target. We need 1 from a sacred site. And then the towns, let's add them here. We have to add them here because this does not have blight. For the 3rd town, we can choose one of these towns then. So I think, let's see, we are going to ravage in sands and we are going to build in jungles. So let's add him in the wetlands where he does nothing. I think that makes sense. And then let's move on to the slow phase.
Slow powers.
So we are going to kill that city. And let's see, we have this effect here. It's going to trigger. If we destroy 1 or more towns or city, add 1 town to an adjacent lands. That was the event. But I guess we still do that as fear. But we have to add a town. We can add him here also, where he won't do anything. Yeah, let's do that.
Time passes. Grow phase.
So we are back in grow phase, and let's reclaim and get a power card. So we have fire card here, and it's also air, but it doesn't do that much for us. Let's see, what do we need to do here? He's going to ravage, and he is going to kill us with his cascade unless we protect it somehow. We can prevent that by killing the town, and we can play Raging Storm maybe to kill the explorers. We could also... Can we play this one? We can remove a blight. Do we have any suns? Yeah, we do have plenty of suns if we want to do both. You have 1 sun already, we need 1 more. I think that might be what we want to do. You remove that blight, and he can ravage there and add a blight. We will die a presence, and we are down to 2 presence. But maybe that's okay. Let's see, he's going to build here. Can we prevent that? I'd rather not want to play Raging Storm here because we only have 4 energy. We might have to do that. Or we can use Enticing Splendor to gather 1 explorer. Let's see, we have range 0 and we must not have blight. But we will remove that blight with growth through sacrifice, which means we can gather him in here if we wanted to. That seems like a good idea. Yeah, the other ones are not that exciting. Add a Han at coastal, remove a light from coastal, or remove light from the Han. We can do that with growth through sacrifice instead. And this one is good elements, but it kind of does nothing. So let's take Enticing Splendor. I think this will prevent that build.
Play powers.
So let's play all the 0-cost cards, and then we have 4 energy. We are going to need to play one of these to trigger the 3rd level innate. Yeah, we cannot trigger the 5th one because then we need 5 air. Even if we took that the fire air card here, that cost 1 energy, so we wouldn't be able to play everything here to get the 5th. Also, we don't need that because we only have a land with 2. But that one is good. We can destroy those 2 towns with the innate. So the question is, do we want to play Raging Storm or do we want to play Shatter Homestead here? We are going to have a Ravage here. We are moving that one, but we must make sure that he does not make too much damage here. We will add this one here with Enticing Splendor to prevent that build. So he will have 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 extra, 6, 7. That's okay, but no more. But we can handle that. So we will have him come in here. We can kill those 2 towns with the innate. And then what do we want to do? I guess what we could do is just simply kill that town with Shatter Homesteads and move in some Dahan to help with this counterattack. Maybe kill off some explorers. I mean, it doesn't hurt. We must use the Dahan for something, I guess. Alternatively, we just kill those explorers with Raging Storm. But then we cannot take care of this town. So yeah, I think we will do it this way.
Fast powers.
First, Gift of Power, I guess Gift of Living Energy, that's 1 energy. And let's see, we can first make this one fast and this one fast. And let's move in the Dahan here. That's 1 fear. And let's use Thundering Destruction to kill those 2 towns. And then use Shatter Homesteads to destroy that town. And then now we are at terror level 2. That means we only have to kill these 2 towns here. Maybe soon. Let's see. Let's do this Growth of Sacrifice then, so that when he ravage, he does not win. So we destroy this one, and this one is removed because we have 2 sun. And we get to add a presence either here or here. I think, what do we want to do here? If we add it here, it will die, and then we do not have any sacred sites. Could I have done this in some other way? I think, yeah. Let's go back here. What if I instead destroy this one? Yeah, let's do it this way. Destroy 1 of your presence. We destroy that one, and then target spirit chooses to remove 1 light from the lands. Yeah, let's remove him and add presence here. That's better, because now we have a sacred site up here, which is more useful than to not have any sacred site at all, because then we wouldn't be able to kill any towns. Yeah, let's do that. And then we have Enticing Splendor, which will gather him in here and prevent that build.
Blighted Island. Event.
Invaders immediately ravage in one terrain type not showing under any invader action. Spears may prevent this on any all boards by destroying 2 presence from each board to be protected. Well, we certainly cannot prevent that. We will have run out of presence, but we can take one extra blight here, I guess, because he will ravage either here or here, because that's the terrain types that are not showing. So let's add a blight. Now this can actually help us, because then he will lose his durable towns. So where do we want to add it? Either here or here. I don't think it will matter much. Yeah, let's add him here. On each board, add 1 beast to a land without blight that has a town. So we add a beast here. During ravage in every land, defend 1 per Dahan in the land. That's useful because now we have 2 defend here. Well, maybe it's not that useful because he will still do 5 damage, and that will certainly blight us. 2 extra because he has adjacent towns. But at least that maybe save 1 Dahan. So yeah, it actually helped us with adding Dahan in there.
Fear.
And now we have 2 level fear cards. So I think this looks promising. Each player chooses a different land. In those lands, gather up to 2 Dahan, then 1 damage if Dahan is present. So we can add 2 more Dahan in here, and then kill 1 explorer. Excellent. Now we have, let's see, we have 4 defense and 4 incoming damage. So we should not add a blight now. That's really good. Each player removes 1 explorer or 1 town from a land with presence. So that's another explorer that we can remove.
Ravage. Sands.
So yeah, we have 4 defense and we have 3 incoming damage here, which is not enough to blight us, and then he will be destroyed in a counterattack.
Build. Jungles.
And we have no builds, but this one will migrate here. Unfortunately. That means he might be out of range, but we do have Shatter Homesteads, and that has 2 range. Luckily. So we can still kill him.
Explore. Wetlands.
So he explore here and no escalation. And now we can see the power of having 5 blight on the island. These escalation effects makes him very slow in the second phase, in the second stage. He has only that way of immigration, but then he has not that much. He's not that dangerous anymore, and I think this is it. We will have enough resources to kill him off, I think.
Slow powers. Time passes. Grow phase.
So yeah, we just need to reclaim here. We have 2 towns that we need to destroy. Let's see. What do we need here? We need to kill that town with Shatter Homestead, and then we need to reach the 3rd level here so that we can destroy him twice, because he's still durable here. But that should be okay if we just can get enough card plays, and I think we do have that. We have plenty of, so we can just play the same as we did before. We have plenty of energy. So let's just take something, doesn't matter.
Play powers.
Let's just play those that we did before.
Fast powers.
And make this one fast and this one fast. This will kill 2 towns. We can target him here 1 time and then 1 time. That's 1 fear. And then we shatter homesteads on this town. 2 fear. And that's it. That's all the towns, and that's a stage 2 victory. Yeah, that was not as hard as I thought it would be. But then maybe I got lucky there with the event that added health to my Dahan. It made them survive. But that's my experience, that sometimes you just have to move in the Dahan towards the enemy and let them die. If you're lucky, they don't die. If you have bad luck, they will die, but maybe do something and kill a town or something like that. It will be enough to win. So that's that for today's game, and the next time we will meet the final adversary, Russia, and that will be a very interesting matchup. But until then, see you later. Bye bye for now.